All right, we are back here to get this thing a rolling. We're at the Pesler in Athens, Tennessee. I think I'm pronouncing that right. So the issue with the skid steer was the engine harness. So I've been on 2 jobs with this thing and I hadn't had a problem ever since. So but I got it greased up. I always try to grease it like the day before, but been busy fixing to get it unloaded, got it running, just got everything double checked, all the fluids checked, make sure everything's good. I do got to fuel it up, which I didn't leave myself any room. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get the machine off, and that way we're going to go ahead and finish this front side up. And I mean, I've done a pretty good bit, and which there's a bunch of work down there that I done. That way I can see what we got, because especially that pond side on the ridge, so that's a lot of work. But anyway, we're going ahead and get this remainder of the 8 hours up here. Hopefully we can get all that done today, so we'll see what we can do. All right, so this is what we got left right up here. I'm pretty sure this is mounded just like that other is, to keep the water pushed on the backside, but I guess we'll find out shortly. It's a pretty good bit, but it's nothing too extreme. Bunch of Bradford pears, look like the palm trees, but it's like the junky stuff. But and of course some pine trees and some blackberry thicket stuff. So of course we're on a little bit of church, so it's gonna eat these teeth up, but we got plenty of life left in them. We're gonna go ahead and get this cleaned up. got this cut to the other side, got all this done, all this pushed. Machine's getting a little warm. I've got to buy some cool cleaner from the parts store and soak those down several times and wash it down. So it's probably what we're gonna do. It's super dusty. I think it's gonna be just like last year where it was super dusty. That's when machines catch fire, because all that tiny particle tree dust. So we're gonna keep on pushing this little small triangle. I'm gonna go ahead and push this up to this drop off, because it kind of comes up like this. That way I can get on the back side and kind of push up. I think there's a runoff down somewhere right over here. It kind of goes at an angle. There's a bunch of rocks. So I'm gonna push this up to where it's up to that little ridge piece. I'm gonna come back here and start pushing this front. You can kind of see the little the night light thing over there. So there's another one there. So we don't like too far to push. We're just gonna keep on pushing, and once we get this done, we're gonna go up there and start straightening that up over there. That way when they come out and look, so that way I can give more days to them. So I told them it's gonna be more than 3 days, so they only okayed 2. So but anyway, let's keep on going. Just want to show you this way you gotta clean your filters out, which the winds blew some of it. That's a lot of dirt, and it's really warm, so it's getting my machine pretty warm, but it's so dusty it's just sucking it up into here. So I mean, this thing was pulling dust out of here. That's why you got to change them out. It's best to spend $60–70 instead of dusting your cylinder out. So trying to get everything cleaned out. Definitely got to wash this thing out like pretty quickly. So trying to get all this stuff cleaned out. We definitely gonna, once we get done with these few jobs we got, we definitely got to clean this thing out probably 2 or 3 times if it's gonna be this dusty. But so I got that lower side. I'm leaving that tree in there because there's a bunch of rocks and I don't want to mess my tooth up or the holders will break it off. So we got just this little triangle to the road. It's not really that deep. I'm trying to push that stuff down and then come at an angle off the lower side, so that way when I back drag it, it eats up the little spurs. So now it kind of humps up really deep right down in here, and it just kind of levels out, but it kind of bowls. I guess that way all the water runs down in this little trolley down there. So all I got's that little triangle, and this is a little bit bigger, and then we're going to go over there and finish up where we just kind of hit here and there's. That way we can straighten it up, so that way when they come look at it, they'll see how much I got pushed. So but yeah, definitely getting warm, which I'm taking advantage right now, which the sun will be out pretty soon. I'm just trying to push and get this thing dusted real quick and then get back at it that way before it gets super hot again. So come back drag all this to chop it up a little better. started looking at how much we had left, and then started backing up, and then I heard something go. So after investigating, stick jabbed up under, see right there, jabbed, must have busted one of them. So I'm gonna have to take this cover off and figure out which one it is. Hopefully it's got a cat number on it, because some of these got cat hose. What's the problem is it's on the very bottom, so we'll have to raise the cab up and then take this cover off. So awesome, very awesome. And it's a Sunday, so this is the last Sunday I'll be working on a Sunday. So just trying to get some jobs done. All I liked was that little piece, this little, literally I was backing up to kind of push this a little bit, and then kind of come up here and hit this, and then get that. But as you can see where I got, so, and I heard that thing spewing fluid all over the place, so that ain't gonna be cheap at all. So about to get tired of it. But anyway, I'm gonna go grab some tools and get the hose off and go from there. All right, so instead of walking 15 miles to my truck, I got to the job site. That way if I needed something, I didn't have to walk all the way to the parking lot. That's a good 5-6 minute walk, so I parked close. Got this hose for the old skid steer. Shout out to my boy Jonathan up in Boaz, Alabama. He's the one that works on my machine. He used to be a cat guy. Got me this hose. Whoops. This one is the, I'm not sure if it's got a part number on it or not. It's one of the cat ones. Not sure if that's it or not. But it's a 1-inch hose. This one is the upgraded version. It's like a little bit longer than the one that it called for. So that way you have more room to put it where you need to. So we're gonna go ahead and lift the cab up. I'm not sure if it rained or if it just morning dew just made it wet. But we're gonna go ahead and blow the machine out. I've not had any good luck out of leaf blowers this year. I put in 100% gas mixed, you know, 50-to-1 ratio, and when you go to crank them, they won't start. So I went and bought a brand new cheap one because I'm having a few of them fixed. So I need one now because it's very dusty, and that's how my last machine caught fire. So we're gonna try to double blow it off several times a day. So but we got just this much left, and then once I get that hose on, then we should be good. So I didn't think to bring any fluid, but it didn't lose much anyway, so we should be good. All right, so I had to go get some cutters. This hose, good thing it blew now, but I wish it had blew when it was at home or something. Taking it off the trailer would have been a lot better. I've had these things forever, Snap-on or Blue Points cutters, so hopefully they still cut. One thing you got to be careful is the def tank. But I blew it out best I could. There's a lot of stuff that's packed down in there, I think because of the AC sweats and it just being dusty and it sticks. But anyway, so I want to show you what you need on your truck, which I have some because me being a mechanic. So I got an 1 7/16 crow's foot, or you could do wrenches. See, these are pretty fat, so it's really kind of hard to get in somewhere. So there, I got me a pry bar because I didn't have anything shallow enough to put right down in there to hold it. So now it's kind of stuck there, so we'll figure out how to get that out in a minute. So I got the bottom one loose, and I got the one off the final drive loose. So I'm gonna take that little O-ring out, that way it don't blow it out. So, and then you just pull it out, which it's got the wheel speed or the final drive motor connector on it. So it definitely, once I get back home, get it washed out and stuff like that, I'm gonna go ahead and start zip tying a bunch of them that's rubbing, tighten them up, put some cut rubber hoses or some kind of sleeve pieces on it to keep it from rubbing, because once I pull this out, I'll show you. All right, I got the new one ran a little different because it's a little bit longer. So I just kind of threw it in here. I know I got zip ties, but if you've seen my truck where I put all my tools, I don't know where anything's at. So I got everything tight, double made sure. The insert, so you gotta make sure you gotta have a thin wall wrench for that insert that goes into the pump. Then it screws onto the hose. It'll break loose, but if you'll get down in there, you'll kind of feel it spongy and just yank it real hard. Sometimes it'll break it loose. That's what I did on the back one. So, and then I got it ran that way. When I put the cover on, oh sorry, when I put the cover on, that it hopefully won't start, it'll probably start rubbing until I can get it taken off. I'd like to leave it off, but I don't want something to grab it, so we're going to put it back on to get it going for a while. Let's see, you could see the cat guy done on my other one. You could see why it busted. It's because of this right here. So the way it's designed, when it comes out, see it's been bent and stuff, but it's rubbing right there. So that's the reason why it chafed it up a little bit and it busted. So we got it on. We didn't lose too much fluid. Lost a little bit, but he said even if it got into the red, it'd probably be about a gallon. So I know I got some at the house. But anyway, for right now, this will get me by. I'll just have to be very easy. If I can find some zip ties, I'd like to at least draw it to the other hoses and tighten them up so that way they don't rub, because this is probably like a $400 or $500 hose, I think. But anyway, that's really it. I mean, it's really not that hard. It took me a lot longer because I was having to figure out where all my stuff's at. So let's get back to it, and this job's already kicking my tail. Pretty much spent a pretty good chunk on it, so just fixing the machine. So pretty much what I made on this is still have like maybe $1,000 that I profited. No, that I drove back 3 times, so there and back, so it's 6 times I drove there and back, but it's part of it. So let's keep on going. So just to let you know, I'm at 3,000 hours on this one, and this is about, if you watched all my videos, you'll know exactly, because it's the exact same stuff that happens with these machines. I'm fixing to go to Stowers Cat and get a job there, because I know exactly what's wrong with them, because I got one too. So anyway, let's get going. All right, got the machine blowed down, got everything done. So he said I can get it done in 2 days. There is no way, because as thick as it was when I first came down here, that's probably about six months ago, maybe less, I'm not sure. It wasn't that bad, but we've had a lot of rain and a lot of sunshine, so this is what we got. We got all that done. Makes me feel better. I got this thing blowed down, so everything's going good, everything's sounding good, looking good. But got a lot of people stopping and staring, so that's good. But so I'm gonna go up there and take some pictures for the owner, that way he can resubmit to the other family members That way I can finish out, because I'm pretty sure this is probably like another maybe 4 to 6 acres that I still got to push. So I'm not sure how much is in here. So I started pushing that way. There's a lot more done that way, but I'm not sure exactly how much I pushed, but I know I pushed a pretty good bit, and we still got to go on the other side of the facility. But it's pretty much a big horseshoe, but it's less depth like it is here. It's a lot shorter back here. So we'll run over there and I'll show you what we got, and then we'll load up and go on home. All right, so we're up on the top of the mound. You can see we got over there. I'm not sure why this massive mound of dirt's right here. It's like they forgot about it and then they smoothed it up with a dozer. So I mean, I'd say this is at least 3 acres done. And then you can see this over here, which it's hard to really get down in there, which I was in a hurry-ish in a way, but because I can always come back drag and clean it up a little better. Some chunkies here and there. Everything else is pretty much mulched. So I mean, what I did is I come in and cut paths over here because I knew this was a mound, and then, which I know I've got some video footage of it, but see, there's a lot of riprap right there causing some issues. Also a bunch of foam. You can see some right there. So what I was doing was coming in, which it'd look a lot better if I came in and started mulching it, but it's a good thing I didn't, for the time wise, to make it look good. So, you know, I got all this pushed. I got right here and cleaned it up, went up and went that way. I mean, it's pretty much dead. As much heat as we've had the past few days, I mean, this is briars and trees. What the heck was that? Anyway, we got this pushed. We got this top side pushed. I guess that's for the water. That way the water will keep draining. Which I probably could have done better than this if I had a dozer. But so right now the plan is I'm submitting another bid to go ahead and just, he's got the blueprint of everything, of how much this is, like all the footage that needs to be mulched. Everything needs to be mulched, what he said. That way he can come in with his bush hog and batwing, or his batwing and his tractor to keep it bush hogged. So I'm just going to see how much acreage it is, and then judge how many days it's going to take, and then add a little extra on top, so that way if I go an extra few days, then I'll be all right. So, and right here is where a lot of weeping willows, they're hard as rock, so which we'll have to get some new knives. Huh. Johnny Bootlegger, people drinking at work. But anyway, let's get some pictures.